Welcome to the Dobsonian Power Solar Sessions. Here we go again. Bam! Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. We have high energy making pressure to the Earth. We have a geomagnetic storm on the way. Impact, I will tell you in a moment. We have a comet. We have solar wind bumping into the Earth at the same time. We will have a micro moon. I will explain to you what it is. And I'm having some plans here with you to talk about. Okay, welcome everybody. Team Christina, Bednar, Donny, Chuck is in the house, Kay Silly, Mind for Knowledge, Michelle, Stephen A. Everybody is here. Welcome. Woo! Hope you're having a great start of the weekend. And we have also Sahara dust in the house. We'll talk about that later. Hopefully it's only from Sahara. Okay. We will track, as usual, the earthquakes in real time. We have big news around this topic as well. Something huge happened today, and it's a warning. It's one more warning to human race.
Warning. Please run to the bunker and stay calm. Please run to the bunker and stay calm. Warning. Please. Warning. Please.
Unfortunately, with these Sahara dust and thunderstorms that are on the way here on my region, I can't place my telescope outside. Chris Green is in the house! Welcome! The Comet Hunter from Texas, Chris Green. Bam! Okay, Chris Green, if you have a telescope, you can join us as usual, and as well as the other explorers. You know that explorers here, the channel members, are allowed, it's a benefit that I give to the explorers, are allowed to join us in real time with their telescopes. So if you are an explorer, 99 cents a month only, and you have a telescope and you are craving to watch the sky and you have clear sky without any drowse in the sky, you can point the telescope and connect with us and share your views with the world. Bam! Now, where do I start with? We have so many things to talk about. Okay, the radiation, because it's on the thumbnail. High pressure. Let me show you. This is from today. So, by day. This is rolling April 5 right now. We are on the 11th. You can see here. Focus here. When it's yellow, bluish, green, it's not so hard. We have been hit by radiation with the red. But look at today. Bam! Look at this. Bam! This was today. I will pause for you to see. You see the previous days? And look at this is today. Look at this. Bam! Height radiation on the graphic. Height radiation. This is the Van Allen belt. And the Earth is here. You can see that we are suffering again height pressure from radiation. This is the Earth here as well. With the magnetic fields, our shield, our protector, of course, that protects us from all the radiation, cosmic radiation, solar radiation. The thing is, we are suffering from high pressure right now. Let me hydrate. Thank you, Poopy Maxcopy, for being member for 3 months. Bam! Hope you are enjoying the spaceship of the explorers. You are an explorer. Poop Maxcopy in the house with us as well. Okay, then. That's a great question. That's a great question. If it's possible for a radiation storm to energize the lower atmosphere with enough static electricity to affect people, like for instance heart attacks. Look, I will tell you what science, mainstream science says about that. And furthermore, so what the mainstream science don't like to make bonds between any solar event or cosmic radiation or whatever it happens in space with human health. So right now the status quo, it's that on SM. However, we have already a few studies, not too many, but a few studies that make that connection with solar events, with radiation like proton rain, for instance, that we have been having. I will show you the graphic. Right now it's calm, but sometimes it bumps up, and at least I feel every time that we have a proton radiation flux getting higher and especially passing the warning threshold from the Space Weather Prediction Center, I feel like tiredness, I feel like headache, usually it's headache, and some dizziness. There's a correlation or not, I really don't know, but I noticed it, and I've been studying that in myself, and I noticed that it's a coincidence always happen during solar storms. Earthquake 2.6. I just had an earthquake nearby. 2.6 on Indonesia, near Krakatoa. I just had a 3.3. I was starting the stream, but I didn't feel anything. 3.3. I live here. By the way, we are streaming from here. For the ones that don't know, the south of Europe. Planet Earth. Continent Europe. Country Portugal. Region Algarve. 37 latitude, Bortle 5. It's always a sensitive and delicate topic to bring. However, we do have studies about that. Some, and there are more studies with a correlation between solar flares and coronal mass ejection, so plasma hitting the Earth, and human health. Some of proton rain as well, and all the radiation. Look, I think it's my personal opinion. I think yes, they impact us. There's correlation, there's studies, scientific studies with that correlation, which I saw and read, and I believe in those studies. They are scientific, they are peer papers. And then it's a bunch of speculation around that because we didn't evolve yet too much in that field, in that area. I believe, as it happens in the past many times, and look, that watching history, it's a good way that people don't do so often, but it's a very good way to try to predict or to see patterns to predict the future, and at least the near future. And if you care about what happened in history on human history, you will solve many things that are happening right now, because history repeats itself and humans act always the same way. They always do the same. We generally do the same. And these kind of studies that are right now on the area of fringe science, they sooner or later, or maybe sooner than later, I predict that before the next solar cycle peak, so it will be the cycle 26, that will be in a few years, entering in the maximum, and I predict that it will be a higher and stronger cycle than this one that we are living right now, the 25. And before that, we will have more knowledge, accumulated knowledge around instruments that are being developed to study the sun, not only the Parker Solar Probe, but also other instruments that we are having and gathering more and more data, and more scientists will hopefully bring those topics into study. The problem is, and it's an obstacle that can happen and block everything, it's if the main narrative sees any topic as an obstacle for their narrative implementation, they will try to block it. They always do that in many realms. So, if that evolution of the correlation of human health and the solar activity, not only solar but radiation in general, it will be an obstacle for something, for some plans, they will not forward budget to that field, and they will block that, and that will keep being evolved in mainstream science. That more and more have studies about that. So, in summary, yes, I believe it affects. There are studies that make that correlation, so it's not a limbo, it's not an empty space. We have already scientists studying that, but they are brave scientists that are not in the mainstream science realm. Hope that was clear enough for you to see what's happening right now. It's complicated. And you know very well the topics that are forbidden. And even, for instance, the last planetary alignment that we had, I was streaming here, it was a massive live stream, amazing. The planets were aligning, I was here, it was a time of change in my life, it was something that happened. And right during the planetary alignment, my father had heart problems, and he went to the intensive care, to the urgency in the hospital, and stayed in the intensive care. Now he's better, all is solved and everything is fine. But is there a correlation? Probably with the gravity interacting. Remember that the universe, it's all magnetic fields, and we have all of these magnetic fields now in the sun. They are very active all over the place. The Earth is weakening the magnetic field as well. The anomaly on the southern hemisphere over Brazil, it's increasing. So that's a fact that science already, and mainstream science already validated. And that altogether, the shifting of the poles or the excursion that we are living, altogether, I always believe in a sequence of things, not a single event. A sequence of events, because history says that. And the sequence of events with correlation between them can trigger something higher. And maybe, but it could be also that he was weaker, the heart was weaker and more vulnerable. Why was it weaker? Was it because a few years ago it took something that it was bad for the heart? Probably. I believe so. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? So a sequence of things, a combination of things that could lead to that situation. And sometimes it's what happens with earthquakes. We can't say an earthquake just happened. We have here the real-time view of earthquakes. I can say, look, that earthquake that just happened in front of my house, 3.3, almost in front of Spain, in the Mediterranean coast, it was the sun. We don't know. People and even mainstream science don't know very well the real source of the earthquakes. They know the sources, but they don't know this earthquake was because of this or this. They don't know. They just don't know. What we know from studies is that, scientific studies, is that sometimes it's almost to boiling and preparing for an earthquake on Earth in a certain place, and a solar flare with that charged particle, with those charged particles, or coronal mass ejection with those charged particles entering in the Earth's atmosphere through the magnetic fields, trigger somehow, do like this on the Earth, and trigger that moment. It's like the last drop of water in the cup of water, you know, and it triggers, and then bam, you know. I truly believe in that. But as they can't say anything about that, they don't know for sure, they don't bring that topic too much, and the narrative as well. And the narrative as usual. And remember that, look, I really love to, and I love you to do the same. That's why I love this community, to think with your own head. Look, this that you have here, it's on United States and Canada. On United States and Canada, they measure this. Let me play this is the charged particles on the ground on United States and Canada right now. So this was 11, so it's today. You see, all blue. So the ground on United States and on Canada, when it's blue, it's not too much charged with particles. This is the geoelectric field map. United States, Canada. One day. You notice that here at the top, on Canada, you see some yellows, right? Right. And here on the western coast as well. These yellows regions means more charged particles than the blues, because they have a scale here. When it's red, it's a lot of them. When we had the early May 2024 coronal mass ejection 7 or 8, that huge event on early May impacting the Earth, those charged particles entered in the Earth through the magnetic fields. Notice that at the north, it's when they first appeared. Why? Because of the poles. They enter mainly from the poles, from the north and the south poles. That's why the auroras are predominantly on or near countries near the North Pole or the South Pole. Northern countries have more chances to see auroras because of that. Now, think with your head. If they measure these charged particles on the ground, if on early May, which is a good example, we had this all red and yellow we were streaming and I showed you, that means that the sun had those charged particles that impacted the Earth, the plasma, was transferred for the magnetic fields of the Earth and flew until the ground. That's why we saw all red and yellow and orange back that time. That means that that plasma and with those charged particles arrives not only the atmosphere, it penetrates into the crust. Now that's when the mystery exists. Do these particles, charged particles that enter into the ground and go underground and they are measured, so this is measured by NOAA, do they trigger, do they have the capacity to trigger earthquakes? Many studies say yes. They can't measure exactly that right now, but I believe in the future they will. And we have known events of the past, as I told you, and recognized by everybody on science and mainstream, like the event on Vietnam, that a super solar flare triggered thousands of undersea mines at once. Bam, 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 bam. And they know now that it was a solar flare. And the event on 1989, for instance, on Ontario, Canada, where and when we had a massive blackout, power outage, that left thousands without any energy, any power supply. And back that time they didn't know and they didn't realize what was the source of that. After a few years, now it's something that it's 100% validated, they discovered that was the sun. So the sun was the cause of a major blackout on Canada, Ontario in 1989. Now think with your head, as I do. If that happens in the past and they didn't know back that time, it's very likely, almost for sure, that are happening things right now in this moment in time, in this reality we are sharing, that are happening, things that are happening now, that we don't know, and in the future history will repeat again. You see, it always repeats. And in history, in a few years, we don't know, there will be scientists, we all be gone, probably, we don't know if it's too late, but there will be new generation of scientists evolved, and they will check, look, those guys didn't know back that time, but this was caused by the sun, and this heart attacks rate was caused by the sun, most likely. You see? So this is just thinking. Something that it's not enhanced nowadays to think. No? To think it's something that is not recommended. Does that make sense? Always, man, always. Not only by humans, but the history of the Earth itself repeats. The events, X thousand times happens those events. The floods, the big floods, the pole flip, the ice age, the everything. Look what happened 12,000 years ago. Maybe it's overdue right now, because if we watch history, 12,000, we can see clues of that something happened huge. So maybe we are overdue to a new
Reset.
Warning. Please run to the bunker and stay calm. Please run to the bunker and stay calm. Warning. Warning. Please run to the bunker and stay calm. Please run to the bunker and stay calm. Warning.
Right at Miss Honeybee. Cyclical events. Far overdue. Probably. Well, and this is science. I like to use their words because it gives, you know, more weight to the topic. Their words were recently that each 100 years, not 1,000, 100 years, we have a super solar flare. Why do they say that only now? Because they didn't gather enough data to realize that. Now they gathered more and more data about the sun, and they realize, hold on, this happened, there's a pattern here. This happened every X years. And it was true because on 2000, look what happened. And this was already registered by NASA. Look at what happened in 2012. Look what happened in 2012. They registered this with because they had already this. Look. This is the Earth here. This is the Sun. These are stereo A and stereo B, so the spacecrafts. Look at this massive coronal mass ejection. Look at this one. Bam! High density, all black here, and super red. Speed and density. This was 2012. Nobody noticed it. Except scientists, because they don't talk about these things on television. They were probably talking about other stuff, right? So it missed the Earth. We were lucky. Earthquake. Oh, Santorini. It's getting near my zone. 2 earthquakes in my location. Oh God. In this tectonic fail here. My location, and now on Santorini. Yeah, we have to deal with that. We have to deal. 2012. It missed the Earth. Okay, as we are here, let me pull, before going into the sun, let me pull that huge event that happened today. And it's breaking news on earthquakes. Let me pull it. Breaking news. Breaking news. This just happened today, and it was massive because there were small earthquakes, but in quantity. In Chile. Chile monitors volcanic field after seismic swarm causes 160 quakes in 2 hours.
Warning. Please run to the bunker and stay calm. To the bunker and stay calm. Warning. Please run to the bunker and stay calm. To the bunker and stay calm. Warning. Please Please run to the bunker and
Man, this is so important. Yes, we are not alone. We are not alone, fortunately. Otherwise, we would feel like crazy. We would feel like crazy, and thanks to YouTube and all the connections we have outside the system, or the main system, the core of the system. Because we are on the system, but it's the core of the system that I'm talking about. My youngest son is says Miss Honeybee, says Duffmans. My youngest son is my only son that is telling me that he's beginning to understand things I have shared. Otherwise, I just do me. But so happy that most of us are on the same page. This is very important. This is very important for you that have kids, for you that have grandkids. I have kids. They are in the frequency. They are flooded nowadays. They are flooded by crap. You know that. You know very well that. They are always with the smartphones. It's the reality. We didn't have smartphones on back that time when we were kids. I'm Gen X. Most of you are Gen X. So we didn't have that. We played much more outside than they do right now. However, it's our responsibility to try to show them a different approach, at least to show them, not to force them, but at least for them to know, those new generations, for them to know, look, this is what they are permanently showing to you, but there's the reality here. And they kind of, some of them, well, I knew that. Well, somebody told me something about that. And that's like watching a desert with some green stuff popping. From my perspective. Why? Because that means that the new generations have the possibility to grab a different and to not be fully sucked by the system that are right now. So that's very promising. And we should do that. We should explain, look, when they ask, we should explain, look, they are telling this, but the reality is this, this, and this. And they will get that on their head forever. We have good memory. The kids absorb much better than we do. So it's our Gen X, it's our responsibility to explain to them what really is the reality. And so they can distinguish and they can produce and manufacture their own filters. Their own filters. So they can grow and watch everything that's happening around and in the smartphones as well. And they have a filter that we help to build so they can distinguish things. By the way, did you know that the purple color is not a color? It doesn't exist in the spectrum, the color spectrum of visible light. When our brain watch, and you are watching the purple color, you are watching red and blue at the same time. And your brain tricks you, and my brain tricks me, to watch a purple. Because that color doesn't exist. It exists the blue, the red, the yellow, the green, whatever. But the purple, it's your brain and mine that have the illusion and implement that illusion, turning it into a reality and tricks so we can see the purple and you can see the purple. It's a magical color. That's why I chose that for my channel. Just a curiosity. Yeah, everything. This is, I'm talking about this one on Chile because it's another one, as I said to you. it's another one to add to the thing. This shows, and I read everything about it and I researched it more, that I can't make a video because I will not have time this weekend, so I'm explaining right here. This activity of 160 earthquakes in 2 hours was, come on, in 2 hours, 1 hour is 60 minutes, so 2 hours, 120 minutes. It's more than one quake per minute. It's massive. And what they are saying is that they studied all this region, and it's increasing, it's picking up that activity, and it shows that the lava of the volcano is kind of preparing to explode. It's what they say. It's what they say here. The volcanic complex, located about 300 kilometers, so 190 miles south of the capital, near the Argentine border, is a vast 193 square miles area. It's gigantic, with volcanic domes, cones, and lava flows, with an estimate 130 volcanic vents. So it's a very important region in volcanic activity. They are warning, and this adds to the thing. Not only on United States coast, Oregon coast, I made a video about it, but on Japan as well, I made a video about it. This is serious because today I read again, they are not only, the news were that on Japan they were implementing a warning for a new tsunami event that will happen almost for sure in a range of 10 to 20 years. That's their forecast. A big one, a mega quake, and then a mega tsunami. It will be devastating. However, I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago that Japan gave a step further on that matter. I mean, they not only have that plan, but they have a second plan now to educate everybody on Japan, so the population of Japan. And I think they do it right. It's the way to do it. To educate them, to prepare themselves, every single family, for that kind of event. Because right now they have a plan for the country, but it's for the country, and they warn, but people keep moving with their lives. You know how it works. We have that impact, we get scared, and then move on, and we forget everything. I don't. I will do a video about this. I have this solar power generator that will allow me to have water guarantee, because I need a pump to push the water, fridge, different stuff. This will be charged by a solar panel that I have right here. A solar panel that it's portable. I chose the portable one to charge my generator. It's silent, so it's important because nobody will know that you have it. And it can be used inside the home, indoors. While the common generators with gasoline, they can't be used inside indoors because of those gases, you know. However, and they are very noisy. If you turn on a generator with gasoline, they will call or draw the attention of other people, and we don't know what kind of disaster we will live first, if any strong one, during our lifetime. I believe that we will, even that we don't. I'm prepared for that, and this will be a prepping for next generations as well. You see, transferring knowledge and awareness to the generations that will come. And this will allow me, this will charge, this will allow me. I had 2 massive power outages half a day without any electricity. I didn't have this. Now we can have a third one that I will not be without water, warm water as well, and many other stuff that I need to have during a power outage. I'm doing this slowly. I'm preparing for any event that can surge, but especially, and this is my bet, it's only a bet, the next solar cycle, I think it will be much stronger. I think we will have the magnetic field of the Earth even weaker than we have today. If today with the solar cycle 25 we had a strong impact of coronal mass ejections, of plasma hitting the Earth, that they weren't to provide such an event on Earth, those auroras on lower latitudes, disruptions, electronic disruptions, everything, they were not supposed to provide that because we had a strong magnetic field protecting us. They provided stronger effects because our Earth magnetic field is weaker. And I believe the pattern is that I believe that in the next cycle we will be following it closely. The sun will always be here, so if you enjoy the sun, subscribe, because I will always track the sun, always here. And if we will have in a few years a weaker magnetic field and a stronger solar cycle, it will be dangerous. It will be dangerous.
Run to the bunker.
Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here. This is Houston. Say again, please. Houston, we've had a problem. We've had a main beam undervolt. Roger, main beam undervolt. Okay, stand by at 13. We're looking.
Yeah, Jen, my son is autistic as well. You are not alone on that. Nowadays we have many more with autism. Well, ex-Lumpy, you are from Ontario, Canada. What did you miss? You missed in 1989 a massive blackout. Did you? Because of the sun. Did you? Or do you remember? I just talked about this. Thank you, Miss Honeybee. If you're enjoying the show, remember to give it a like to spread it all over the world. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Right that. Yeah? We are not alone. Many people think like we are thinking. So about this, to finish this volcanic warning from Chile, because of today's breaking news, 160 quakes in only 2 hours, they said these are signs that the volcano is active. It has magma. What's inside is moving, and this can lead to a moderate-sized event in the future. But when? We don't know. And now moving to our King Sun, we have an impact predicted by NASA. For when? Today and tomorrow. The impact is a slight touch. I wonder if it will touch or not. We'll check if it's already happening. It's very light. Let me zoom, otherwise you can't see because it's a yellow color. This is the coronal mass ejection. Remember on the other live stream I made with you that we had a massive explosion on the left side of the sun. So this is the sun and this is the Earth here on yellow. And this is the model from NASA of that explosion of plasma. We can slightly see the edge of the structure here. This is the front of the structure of the coronal mass ejection impacting the Earth. So it's huge and it has a shockwave that it's massive. It's very wide, so they predict the impact here. How can we know if it's already happened? If it's already happening. Here we can see that, well, it's still on green, so I believe it's not happening, it's not impacting right now. They predict for today and tomorrow. So between today and tomorrow, the impact will be appreciated with this graphic going higher. Although it's a G1 geomagnetic storm like we had here. These yellow bars measure, the impact of geomagnetic storm on Earth, and these are yellow. So it's a low level G1, low level geomagnetic storm. Remember, for you to have an idea, the ones that don't know, here at the top, the level 9, it's the equivalent of the early May 2024 events. They reached this level here, higher level here. So this will be a G5, here will be a G4, here will be a G3, here will be a G2, and here it's the level G1 they are predicting. However, as we are having as well solar wind stream, this can bump to a G2 maximum. It will be like that if nothing else happens. Now, let's watch the King Sun.
Connecting to NASA spacecraft. Updating information. Synchronizing with NASA. Machine being updated. Waiting for the update. There we go.
Okay, let's start by watching a wide view of the Coronagraph. What was that? What just happened here? Right now. Bam! Look at this massive explosion in the sun. I warn you that I didn't check this before the live stream. And this just happened. A massive explosion, a coronal mass ejection. You can see here. Well, these have two chances. You see this roundish thing here? This is the magnetic fields. Here, the front of the structure of the coronal mass ejection, full of plasma. And this works like this. It's like this. So, this has two chances. Being towards the Earth or away to the Earth. Why do we have 50-50? Because this is two-dimensional. We don't know if this is like this. The draw, you see the draw is like this. Like this. or like this. If it's like this, to the back, it will not hit the Earth, and you still can see, because it's plasma, this is opaque, but plasma isn't opaque, you will see the same region, the same circle away from the Earth and from the Sun. How do we know? We check the source of it, and that's what we are going to do right now. What a great surprise. What a nice surprise. Okay, let's move backward. All right. And now let's use the usual instruments and tricks to check the origin of it. What a nice surprise. And then we check the other stuff. So the dangerous region that I warned about, and the filament, it was a filament. The ones that follow these live streams, remember, this rotated already. This rotated. This was a few days ago. In the live stream was here. There was that massive explosion. And I was saying, well, maybe it's a filament because we see the rest of it here. Or maybe it's a sunspot and a filament at the same time. Well, guess what? There were two things here. The filament and a sunspot here. So it was the filament. That crest that we had here, that massive crest that we saw from a side here, now we are watching it from above, and we can see that really was a filament. Yeah, I suspected that. Now let's see. This was before the explosion, so the explosion was from here in this direction. Let's see if we can identify it. Moving forward. No, there's no explosion here. Let's do like this to make sure. So that means, you see the explosion here? We can see a bit of it. It happened. And we move back and we can't see anything here expelling plasma. Look, I will move forward to make sure that nothing is here exploding. Well, there are minor explosions. There was a kind of a glitch. Look, the brightness of it. I'm so used to this that I notice I'm very sensitive to any changes on the instrument. At this frame, we notice an increased brightness in the instrument. It was the moment, look, previous frame, then the frame, and then it came back to a lower brightness again. You see? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, bam, 3. So this was probably the moment of that explosion. As everything is connected through magnetic fields, it affects everything, and even the instrument here. See that? You know that everything is connected, right? With magnetic fields like this. They go out and they are connected inside the sun as well. This is a solar maximum. So, nothing here. And there's already the explosion. This happened on the far side. The good news, it happened on the far side. It was massive. It missed the Earth. It will miss the Earth. Because if it was on the front side, it will take 1 to 4 days until it arrived and impact the Earth. So those are the good news. It will not impact the Earth. The bad news, it's rotating. It's an incoming region. And next week probably we'll see if the region here, and we will see if it explodes or not. Here, it was here. We can't see anything. Look at this massive. Bam! Beautiful. Beautiful. Bam! You see, so the reality is this is moving like this. And we can see the structure, the circle. We can see it because this is opaque. You can't see it through this, but through the plasma we can. Although it's 2D, but we could figure it out. It's ahead from the Earth, and it's going into space, not to the Earth. So this one we are safe for now. But remember, this will rotate, and it will be an incoming region in the coming week, probably. Now, there's another thing that we can do here, is to check the far side of the sun. They use, it's called Helioseismology, and they measure what is through sounds and waves and whatever. They can show us a graphic with something there or not. If they capture something different there, they can show that in the graphic. I truly believe in the future we will see everything, but right now it's what we have, and it's very nice. It's the back side, the far side of the sun. Let's see what they have here. You see, Helioseismology. Let's see if they have something special. Well, they have something, these black regions that you see here, this is the far side. And this is the left side of the front of the sun. We are watching. We are watching this. We are watching this. The front side. And this rotates to the right. Right? It's open, unfolded. So we can have a perspective. And this is an incoming region. So we have this incoming region, a wild one. And probably, I don't know if it was this one, if it was this one. But there's a dark region here that will rotate, and probably was this or this. Probably was this one because of this was on the 10th. So on the 10th we are on the 11th. This will be already here, and this will be already here. So it was not this region, otherwise we will see. We will see. It's karma. We don't need to show it. We don't need to show. Well, it's good to show we are a good, doing good stuff. A good person overall, because everybody is, sometimes we are bad as well. Everybody, we are humans. But to be overall, mainly a good person, practicing good things to others, to nature, and to life overall, to other humans, it's good sometimes to show as an example to the new generations. That's when I think not to show to older humans, Gen X to Gen X, that we are very good. No. To show to new generations. Look, without any words, we are saying them the message. Look, this is how you should do to be a good person. And this is the first thing that you should prioritize, and not other stuff they want you to prioritize. That's not important. That's materialistic, and that's crap. Put this first. This that I'm doing. That's a good thing to show. Earthquake! 3.0 on... precisely on Chile. And you can see here that I was talking about. You can see here, these are the last moments only on this. I don't add all the earthquakes. These are the recent ones. And you can see that it keeps adding more earthquakes. And now they are stronger. 3.2, 3.3. They are getting stronger. We will see what happens. But there's a massive risk there. And it's not usual on my region, man. 3.2, we had another one before. It's not usual on the Iberian Peninsula, on the south of Europe, to have these earthquakes. Let me hydrate. You see that I'm always talking about the new generations because in a few years we are all be gone. We will all be gone. And the only thing that will be around will be those seeds that we spread, right? It's the only chance we have. Maybe we can be watching from a different reality. The King Sun. So at a glance, the first approach to the King Sun, a massive surprise today. Bam! It's not on the models yet because it's new. Now let's see if we have any spaceship or something around the sun here during the last 48 hours. Let me scan with my own eyes to see if we can spot anything. Well, apart from stars and the dust specks, this time I can't see anything weird. I'm scanning clockwise by quadrant of the Coronagraph, which is this instrument that shows us a wide view of the corona, the sun's corona, the atmosphere, all this region around the sun. Bam! These are sun specks. Okay, let's zoom it, because we have more interesting stuff here. Last 48 hours. 48 hours ago, we had an explosion on these sunspots. Right now, oh! Chris Green is in the house! What a surprise! Today it's Friday of surprises. Bam!
Chris Green identified. Approaching spaceship. Let's dock Chris Green. Permission to dock.
Altitude, velocity, light. 8.5 down. 220 feet. 15 forward. 11 forward, coming down nicely. 200 feet. 4.5 down. 5.5 down.
Docking Chris Green.
160 feet. 6.5 down. 5.5 down.
Bam!
Forward.
Live views from the sun, right on time.
Good.
Right on time, Chris Green from Texas, from the Creek Observatory on Texas, United States, with real-time views of
the King Sun.
The King Sun. And right on time, because I was starting to speak about those sunspots. And those sunspots that you see right now, I will recheck, because before the stream were only alpha, gamma. They were alpha, beta. They were not delta in complexity. That means when they are alpha, beta, gamma, delta, they are more complex and they interact and explode more often. Right now, although it's very nasty, that region at the right, it's a departing region. It still can hurt us if it explodes massively because of the Parker effect, that is the connection we have from that region with a magnetic field that reach the Earth like a spiral, like an arc. It's invisible. The magnetic fields are invisible, but they are connected with us on Earth. So, let me open the magnetogram so we can see if all stays the same or not. Beta gamma. Beta gamma. Okay. So it's the 4055. 4055, it's this one. Let me zoom it and show to you. That one that you see on the right on the solar live views from Chris Green, it's this one. Bam! You see? This is a magnetogram. The polarity is different. So you see the blue is the positive polarity. The minus, it's the orange, the negative polarity. They are interacting a lot, so this is good. They are more compact now. We'll see that, the evolution of it, these 48 hours. And when they start mixing, that's when trouble comes. It's still a promising group of sunspots. Maybe only 4 in 2 weeks after rotating around the sun. We will keep monitoring his activity in the far side of the sun. But you can see orange here, here and blue here. You see the mix? It's different. They are getting more complex, which is interesting. We can see the evolution, and also you could see this explosion from them that I was showing to you. Look. This was 2 days ago. Bam! At the same time, this is for you to see how everything is connected. At the same time of, I think it was an explosion here. It was here on the far side. We can see something here. It was on far side, I think. And it was far side. Yeah, it was far side. It was too much to north. This here. You can see here. Well, I'm not sure if this is not from... I think it is not far side. I think it's from here. From this little nasty boy. Look at this. So this was before the explosion. And moving forward. Yeah, it's at the same time. I think it was from this sunspot region. Bam! A low flare. A low flare. Earthquake. 3.4 on Indonesia. Nothing special. So I think it was, and it's that region that you were seeing from Chris Green. You see? And here burning as well. This was yesterday. Bam! Bam! Low flares, but it's a promising one. It's a promising one. Filament, filament. Coronal hole here. This will rotate to the right, will boost anything that happens. The departing region here. Now, before coming back to Chris Green, let's see what happens more. This is the wild region here. This is a wild region. The incoming one. It's wild one. With a kind of a tornado here, you see? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Oh. So we had explosion here. Let's check more today. Oh boy, what was this? It was the filament. Look how this explosion here traveled from here through the filament here. The filament does like a crest. We are watching from above. Look how it traveled from here through here. Look. You saw? Look, the explosion is here, slowly. Bam! You see? The explosion. Now look at the filament only. Here. There was plasma. Here. There was plasma. We might have some plasma that we are not being... that it's not being registered by institutions, but this plasma, this explosion can trick us and boost what's happening in the coming days. It's a warning. I don't know. It's impossible for me to know. But look that it's in front of us. Let's see if we have any clue here on the coronagraph of plasma. It was the big one. Man, sometimes they are invisible. But I can't see anything relevant here, to be fair. I see something here in this spike of stream. Here, like a ghost. Like a ghost. Here. Because, look. Moving back. You see the ghost? From here it's darker here and it moves. Look. And here. A white thing. This is the last image. I don't have any more. Let me go back to the source. Well, I can't say. Because it's in front of us, it's very hard if they are not massive. But sometimes they arrive to the Earth, they report after the fact. We had a geomagnetic storm and they don't know why. And it was some ghost. Okay, we have more dangers. This filament, it's promising, this filament here. This one, very wild. It proved already a few days ago with that massive explosion here. So this filament here. And this one is a bit nervous. A bit nervous. So this and this. Good. This at the right still in danger, but it will be to the future, I bet. And this region that it's hidden behind the sun, that just exploded right now on the stream. And we have the last image, it's this one. Beautiful, massive, dangerous and scary. Scary. So we can see that right region, the departing region at the right, at the middle, that single sunspot, but connected with that filament. It can do something. That's the nasty one. It's getting complex. They were being separated, but it seems they attract each other. And they are now more compact. We don't know if during these 2 weeks in the far side of the sun they will get more compact, they will evolve and have more sunspots. That one at the top above that, those two may join the party. We don't know. We will check that from the activity during the incoming weeks, and then it will rotate and we will see it. No, we don't need a solar flash. Sometimes they come like they are weird. It happened in the past. We were here and suddenly a geomagnetic storm from nothing. Each sunspot that you see here, on Chris Green, should fit one Earth inside. The black region, the umbra of the sunspots should fit one Earth size, roughly. Thank you, Chris Green, for gifting 20 Dobsonian Power memberships. Welcome everybody. New crew to the spaceship. You are now an explorer. You are an explorer. Hydrating. All right. Moving on. This is the most relevant. We have the Corona hole. And we have those sunspots. Let's check the evolution of it, because I believe they evolved. Let me check. Refreshing.
Updating information.
Kathy, I believe so. And one thing for sure, they are affected, the animals. It's the ones that have more sensitivity to the magnetic volatility. So the ones that depends or rely on the geomagnetic location, the migrating birds and all those animals are massively affected. Of course, they get they get lost, and you know. So yes, they are affected. I remember that my birds, when I had birds in the past, they were like crazy before a massive event that we had, and they were like warning us. Incredible. It's nature. I wonder if the plants, if we can, or we could in the future, manage a way to understand the warnings from the plants, the trees or something. That will be, or will be, awesome, because I believe that will happen in the future. Plants have vibrate and they study that, but we are not ahead too much on that. Yes, hydration, it's something. Did you know that I had to take today and yesterday painkiller because I was working a lot in the garden and doing stuff, and I had to take. And hydration, it's very, very important, and do some exercise as well. The lack of exercise, I believe that led me to this situation. I need to return to my routines on exercise, stronger exercise, swimming basically. Because exercise at home I do but it's not enough for those jobs. It's part of my prepping plan. I have now the lemon tree, is very nice. I posted on the community tab on YouTube. You helped me. I use those products. It's working. Organic products. Now I worked also. I didn't show you, but I will post. I think it's a tangerine tree or orange tree. I don't know yet, but it's already growing some fruit, very small, with the same treatment, and it's working. And I was talking with my wife because I have a third spot for a tree. And as I have 2 citrics already, I think I will buy for my region. My region is very dry and hot. I will buy, what's the name? Pomegranate. I will buy a small tree and I will plant there to see what happens. It's very good fruit, very, very good pomegranate for health, and it's a good one to have at home, to, if you can grow, of course, for just in case, you know. So let's check the sunspots. Okay, it grew up a lot. Look at this. This region here. Look at this. It was like this. We were not betting too much on it. But moving forward, look. This one growing. And this was today. Just today, look at the changes. Bam! This is the last image. Look at this. This happened all today. I will put from the beginning UTC time. From this, something that was looking like, well, this will fade, it falling apart, spread it. But the opposite happened. It's the King Sun. It's the King Sun. No way we can say for sure what's going to happen. Look at this. Bam! So this is very promising. Maybe it will do some fireworks in this side, on the west side, the right side of the sun, and then say goodbye to return in a few weeks to the left side. Beautiful, beautiful. And this one here, let me check. The same, it's evolving because it was 2 days ago. 2 days ago. Doing nothing, fading a lot. It's the same, they are connected. They are brothers. Look. Fading, both fading. Both fading, almost known. And then while this was growing, well, it grew up a bit here and here. And some peppered small spots. We will see the evolution. This will be interesting in the coming weeks to see if they join, I don't know. We'll see. It's a promising one. Let's see this one. This one looks like fading. At least this. Here. It was robust here, both of them. But as the day passed today, while the others were growing, this one, at least this one at the left, today, look, fading, and losing strength. We'll see. But we never know with the King Sun. The one that is almost facing the Earth. Let's see. Static. Completely static, alone. It's a solitaire. Let's see now this one, the incoming region, the most important. Oh, this one looks like growing and interacting. Look, this one is moving down here. This is growing. Okay. It's growing a region here, small one. This is a robust one. And this one grew up a bit during these days, look. And today it's like this. Well, we will see. We will see the evolution. And what's happening here? These two miniatures. A new group here from nothing. Well, this is promising as well. From nothing. Here. Almost disappearing, and then, well, nothing special. No, nothing special, this one. And this. Okay, this is a new one. This one can evolve during these weeks because it was nothing here yesterday. Only a small point here, and suddenly, let's see, bam. Well, we'll see if it can grow. This is the last image. So the sunspots that you are watching as well in real time here. Oh yeah. Yeah, that is a fruit that works very well on my region, but I don't like. I don't like the taste of it. I prefer the pomegranates. Pomegranates I like very much, and they have characteristics that that are very powerful. And it's easy. Do you know, after the live stream, I will watch videos how to grow pomegranates. Earthquake. 3.4. Middle East. How to grow pomegranates. Yesterday I was watching how to care about... I have I think it's cicade. Or cicade. Sago or something, a small palm tree that I have to recover. I will transplant, and I was watching videos about it to make sure everything will be fine and I can save that tree. Granate. Pomegranate. Let me check because you...
Pomegranate.
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 Pomegranate. she said. And we have the coronal hole. Now it's the time for the coronal hole. Here. During the solar minimum, we will see more coronal holes near the equator. Now we are having more sunspots and near the equator. But they tend, during the solar minimum, they tend to be the opposite. They are near the equator and the sunspots will disappear and the few ones will be closer to the poles as well. So the coronal hole, this is the last view. It's getting stronger, this one here. Notice the... And it will... It's already flowing with fast wind. This is a dark region. It's an open region of magnetic fields. So they are open and they flow easily into space because they don't have anything to trap them. And they flow freely and it's evolving. We will see if it will increase or not. This boosts. This creates minor geomagnetic storms and boosts any geomagnetic storm happening. Filament, and behind the filament, look at this storm here. This here, a tornado here. Behind, look, bam! Behind that filament, look here. A massive one. That will be crazy for the telescope, but I can't, I have the dust outside. Another explosion here on this filament. It was... Ah, we see plasma here. I don't know if they will register something coming from this region here. Because we had that explosion and this at the same time. Look, we had that explosion here from that sunspot, but also here. The explosion and then here. And it's right in front of us. And another one here. I don't know if any of these will slowly impact the Earth. We'll see what they say. Oh, Christina, I have an olive tree as well. Do you know what I would love to grow here as well? Bananas. I'm not on tropical, but near. But I'm aware that they have special cares and I don't know. I will investigate. Are very nutritive and okay, we will have also a micro moon, which means it's the opposite of the super blue moon or the super moon. The super moon gets bigger because it's closer to the Earth. The micro moon gets smaller because it's further away from the Earth. It's on a higher distance. It's called the apogee. The apogee, it's when the moon is further away from the Earth. That's why it will look smaller. And that will be on this weekend, so further away the gravity is not so high. When it's closer and bigger, it pulls more. Right? I see that you like gardening as well. Love it. I tried in the past strawberries, but the bugs ate everything. I need to learn more about it. Oh, peaches. Let me see if I can grow that here. I love it. Good idea. Let me check here. Do they like warm weather? I love peaches. They say it's a good region for that here. I love peaches. You grow there, Chris? Climatic conditions, temperature. Late spring frosts can damage flowers. I don't have that here. I will talk with my wife. Peaches, it's very nice. The soil must be well drained to prevent root rot. Man, I will research that before buying the pomegranate. I will search the peaches and talk with my wife because everybody loves peaches here. And it seems like my climate is good for that. It's important to choose the right variety for your region, they say. Regular watering. Okay, that's no problem. Pruning, that's no problem. and treat the diseases and pests. Monitor very well. Okay. I'll talk with my wife. I love peaches. Yes, we all love gardening here. I'm doing a lot now. I'm investing my time on that, and it's very good. It's a good way not only to keep us calm, but also to keep connected with the nature. It's another way to connect with nature. And caring about, while you are caring about the trees and whatever, you are thinking something good. And nature, I believe nature give back to you. What, the peaches, Chris? Because I have a third spot I have two citrics. And I have loads of bees here. We have nice honey. I love the honey here. Peaches with cream. Yeah, write that. I don't know, Katie. Don't worry. If you couldn't this time. Yes, it will be nearby the orange and lemons. Peaches will be. I will tell my wife. And then maybe I try the granate. Pomegranate. As well. But first... honey bread. Man, I eat loads of honey here, check. The guys here, I have nearby people growing, they have loads of bees and they do honey. And the guys here, sometimes they give me, I don't know the name of it. It's those, let me see if I can find a word. It's weird. It's only on in the cities you don't have that, man. It's crazy. Honeycombs. It looks like honeycombs. Propolis, maybe. The honeycombs. It looks like honeycombs. Full of. They are full of. Honey, but it's weird. It's like concentrated or something. We eat that. I'm getting hungry. Yes, I consume only local honey. When we don't have, for some reasons, I don't know, something happened or something, and one day my wife purchased at the supermarket a regular honey. Man, it looks like water to me. It's horrible. Well, it's not horrible, it's good, but it feels like you're having water mixed with sugar, not real honey. And I thought, well, so many people buying this and it's not, they are being scammed. This is not honey. Of course, we have Miss Honeybee here. Miss Honeybee recommending, if you consume local honey, you won't have any seasonal allergies. Miss Honeybee. Yes, even the bees. No. Love it. We are all connected with nature, and with this I will land the spaceship. I will watch my videos about... Now it will be peaches first. Peaches. How to grow peaches at home. And I will watch that right away. While eating something, because this conversation got me hungry. Okay, I'll see you in the next live stream. I wish you a very positive and good and healthy weekend. And next week we'll be here with you again to watch the wonderful things in nature, like the Sahara dust that I'm having here all over the place. Oh God, oh God. Thank you. Have a nice weekend. Thank you, Chris Green, for your participation as well, as usual.